Hi everyone, welcome to Elise Cake Crafts. I'm joining you for the first time in over a month. So yes, I'm still here, I'm back. I thought about giving up YouTube over the last month. Not really intentionally, it just got to a few weeks where I hadn't posted a couple of weeks and thought, okay, well maybe I can't do this anymore, but I've decided to come back and make another video and say hello to everyone. So if you are joining me for the first time, thank you for joining me today. What we're going to be doing is a WIP Chat. I'm going to be catching you all up with what's been happening over my life in the last month or so, giving you some updates and a bit of an explanation as to why I haven't really been around. Yeah, so while I do that, I'm going to be working on this diamond painting here. And let's get started on that. I'm also going to be sitting here drinking a coffee today. I've got a hazelnut latte. So feel free to grab yourself a drink, sit with me and chat with me for the next hour or so. Work on something that you'd like to work on too, a craft, and it'll be just like we're sitting together having a chat. All right, so before I start, I'll just show you what I'm working on. So this canvas here is called Woodland Castle. It's from Fallon Gems. There's no artist listed on the site for this canvas. It is 40 centimeters by 60 centimeters. I've got it actually upside down on my light pad here today, just because I'm working on the top of it. It has 44 colours. It's got around about 5 specials in there. I didn't take note of how many specials in this canvas, sorry. It is a square drill canvas. Now, I bought this over 2 years ago, so the prices back then were different, and I think I had about a a 30% discount when I bought this canvas, but I did check and it is on the website. It is available on their website now. It's from $128, so there's some customization you can do with your canvas, which might bring up the price. But there is a 25% off for first purchase on the website as soon as you open it. I'll leave the link in the description for that. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. In terms of my tools, what I've got here is, well, I haven't kitted up into, like usually I kit up into little storage containers, but they came in the baggies and I wanted a quick start on something without kitting down or kitting up. So that's why I picked this canvas. Yeah, and I've just got this box here with the drills in. So that's how I'm working today. I've got my scissors in there so I know where the place is, because I've already got the 11, which is going to be the D. I've already got that out, so I know where to put them back in. All right. So what I've got here is a Pixel Pages tray. It's like one of my favorite trays ever. And they're based in New Zealand. You'll see this here. This is a Pixel Pages 10 placer container, but it's got a little sponge in it. So for I've been using it for my ABs. It's got, you can see where I've had my 10 placer. I've taken it out of there, but that's still wet, that sponge from the other day when I made it wet, just so my putty doesn't stick to the ABs and pull it out of my placer. I've got pink strawberry champagne scented diamond art putty from the Creativity Squirrel. This is also a couple of years old. This is 2 or 3 years old, but it still works perfectly fine. I've got this washi tape and these tweezers. These were free in one of the old Diamond Art Club kits. This pen here, this was from French company. I can't pronounce their name anymore. I'll put it up on the screen. I don't know how to pronounce their business name. However, they, I believe, are out of business now. I have looked them up recently and I wasn't able to get any more pens off them, which was really sad because they were really well priced. Now I have a 10 placer in here. Sorry, it's either 10 or 8. I think it might be 8. Anyway, this is from Diamond Art Club here. And it's got that putty in there. I've got a single placer in here from Diamond Art Club, and it has a glue dot in there. I'm going to try with a glue dot, see how I go today. Everything in here is on a tray that I made. It's a cute little show you. It's like a cloud. This and some other trays are up for sale on my Etsy shop, so I'll leave a link in the description as well. I'd love if you can't buy, you just follow and just check it out. That would be really, really nice of you. And I've got these cover minders here. This is an old Diamond Art Club when we used to get free cover minders in our kits. I just thought that really matched this canvas. And I got this one recently from Lexi Loo's. I actually won this in the prize pack in an event. So Lexi Loo's, that's an Australian company. Oh, can you see it? There we go. Cute little mushroom. So I thought that this really suited the canvas as well. It opens to put the trash drills in, and it can secure to the canvas with a magnet. So I'm just going to leave that there. These drills aren't particularly trashy so far, but I have had a little bit of trash in them, so it does help to have a Trashminder. I'm going to just move it a little bit away so I don't knock these with my hand as I'm working. Yeah, so apologies guys for being away. I have been busy with other things. So I have been actually doing a lot of diamond painting. Since my last video, I've completed Dark Witch by Miss Holly. It was by Miss Holly, wasn't it? I've got it just up there. Let me have a look. Oh, Rosie Scribbles. I always get Rosie Scribbles and Miss Holly confused. Yeah, anyway. Rosie Scribbles. And I completed UFO Cats by Galaxy Rain. I'm planning on doing some post-review videos for those in the coming weeks, so you can have a look at those finishes, and I'll just give my thoughts about working on those canvases in case you're thinking about picking them up. UFO Cats you can sort of order anytime, but Dark Witch is, I guess, when it restocks. It's currently out of stock as far as I'm aware. Yeah, so I finished a couple of diamond painting canvases. What's really kept me busy is, I think in my last video, my last WIP Chat, I was telling you guys about like my work situation, and I was getting a bit anxious about it really, because I hadn't been getting shifts with my new job that I've had since April. And I've always worked. So I've never been unemployed, and even when I was on maternity leave, like I came back straight away because I just didn't know how to be at home not working. I don't like feeling dependent on anyone. And even though, you know, I do have supports in my life that, you know, I'm really lucky to have those supports, I have a tendency not to rely on supports and just have to do everything myself. And that is probably, like, for the long term, it's probably not a good thing. I needed the rest, I needed a break, but yeah, I just couldn't rest and I couldn't break. So I really put everything into job searching, And I applied for a whole range of jobs. Well, actually, I applied for 7 jobs. So, but it doesn't sound like much, but it kept me busy, and I'll explain. So I applied for a job. I saw that Dangerfield is opening in Frankston, which is like, I go shopping in Frankston quite a bit. So they used to have in Maya, they used to have a Dangerfield section in Maya at Bayside Shopping Centre a few years back. So sort of like before and during COVID. And I would shop there quite a bit, but Maya closed down a few years ago, and yeah, Frankston lost the Dangerfield. So they're reopening again, I believe, at Bayside. And I applied for a job there, but I didn't hear back. What was really funny though, well, it's not funny, it's actually really annoying. So I've been getting spam emails from them since I applied for the job, but no like response about my job application. So yeah, it's kind of actually put me off shopping there a little bit. I mean, I still will, but it's just, yeah, a bit off-putting. But anyway, so just if you're applying for a job there, I guess be aware that that can happen. And then I applied for a range of other jobs. So like forensic case manager, at the local council, deceased person transport officer, AOD, drug and alcohol clinician. And really, I hadn't heard anything. So I didn't I actually got a rejection email for the forensic case manager job, and hadn't heard anything, and I thought I was doing really bad. But over the space of like 2 days, I got 5 callbacks for job interviews. Yeah, it was just like, it was full on. So, and a support worker job, so a youth mentor support worker job I applied for. So I ended up interviewing for 3 of the jobs. And I actually got 2 of them, and the other one I got through to the reference check stage, and I withdrew my application. But yeah, I ended up getting the youth mentor job, and which, you know, it's like a really, I guess it sounds really good. Excuse me, I'm going to have a drink. Yeah, so it sounds really good, taking youth, like disadvantage, or I don't like that word, but you know, like youth with complex needs out for community support. It was quite an active role, so you'd be taking them out like to do, you know, mountain bike riding, fishing, camping, those sorts of things. And it all sounded good, but when it came to it, I was rostered on for a bunch of 2-hour shifts, like nowhere near my home. So it was going to cost me more in petrol to get there than I'd make, and the pay was like abysmal. I'm not going to say who the company is, because I don't want to. I think that the company does really good work, and that's really what the NDS allows. It's not a reflection on the company. It's more a reflection on the system, that people just don't have the funding for more, like, for longer shifts. So like outings, you know, if you were to go to the zoo or what have you, people just don't have the money for it. And that's the NDIS and, you know, the system. It's not the company rostering on, but it just wasn't financially viable for me to do that job, which is not really something that I anticipated when I accepted it. because I'm new to the industry and I didn't really know. And then the other support job that I had, it's minimum 4-hour shifts as well. And I honestly thought it was illegal to schedule someone for less than 4 hours as well, but I came to understand that that's not quite true in that industry. And then like getting the client profiles and seeing their complex behavior, and I just really didn't think it was for me in the end. So I still had to, I put in my resignation after a week, and look, the business owner wasn't happy, and I know that it's not really professional. I tried to keep it as professional as I could, and I thought it would be better before I actually met anyone in person. I thought it was better to do that rather than, you know, in a couple of weeks, if I got another job, to resign then. So then at that point, I still had 2 jobs pending. So I'd already been through the reference check, police check process for one, and I was waiting to hear back. And then in the meantime, I heard back that I'd progressed to the next stage of the forensic case manager job, which I'd actually heard before I went in for the interview. I heard back from them that my application hadn't been successful, which was really weird because like I've got really kind of niche like skills and education, and just it was like really aligned to that role. Yeah, but I didn't think that there would be that many people around that would really be able to step into that and hit the ground running. But yeah, what do I know? I'm not the hiring manager, but I ended up getting a call from them like a few weeks later, basically saying that a mistake was made and my phone number was actually written down wrong on the callback sheet. So they thought I was not contactable. And then they went back and checked and they saw that it was their error. So they called me in for an interview, and I went in for the interview. And once again, they were lovely and they do wonderful work and everything like that. But I just didn't. It's just funny how like it's just funny how you get those vibes. Like I'm really quite attuned with my intuition now. I never used to be, but after working in the forensic space, my spidey senses have proved right too many times for me to ignore things, and I just didn't feel that that was the right fit for me. But financially, it would have been quite good. But, you know, I didn't want to go back full time. It was a little bit far from home. Not really far, but the traffic is really bad getting there. And, yeah, it just wasn't, I just didn't. And when I met the team, like I didn't feel like I felt like I wasn't the right fit. Like I know I can make myself fit in, but I just felt a bit off. Anyway, before I ended up withdrawing my application because I found out that I was successful with my other application. So after the other interview that I had, it just took a couple of weeks to hear back from them. What am I doing? 24W. Yeah, so, and it was like the most nervous wait ever because this was for an AOD family clinician job. So it's running programs twice a week and then doing individual therapy the rest of the time. Well, it's 3 days a week, but it's the most perfect job for me. Like, I don't have a qualification in AOD, but I do have a lot of experience with that, working with people in active addiction and, you know, working with people before they get into drug and alcohol counselling and doing that harm minimisation and safety planning. Yeah, I've got a lot of experience with that. Experience with people withdrawing, and this is working with people who have been had substance use issues, but also working with their families as well. And so the job's 3 days a week. It's close to home. It takes me about half an hour to get there. And just when I walked in the door, I met the team and I'm just like, this is, I fit in here. You know, when I walked in for the interview, and I just feel that, you know, I don't know what the interviewers thought. Obviously, I mean, I got the job, but yeah, I just really sort of clicked with them, with the team, and it's just the most perfect fit. So I started my new job yesterday, and I'm looking forward to going back tomorrow and sitting in some groups. There's some people graduating the program, so I get to see that, and I'm just, yeah, so excited to see how it's all run. So that's what's been happening with my life. And on top of that, I'm still doing uni. So if you haven't seen my channel before, I'm studying a master's degree in social work. So because I don't have an AOD qualification, I do need to go do a skill set. So that's like an abridged certificate 4 in AOD. It takes about 8 months. And I was honestly thinking about enrolling in certificate 4 drug and alcohol instead of social work. So, and work's going to pay for the qualification. So my supervisor, she's actually on leave until the end of next week. So when she gets back, I want to discuss it with her, what the plan is. In terms of getting that qualification, I wouldn't mind going and like putting my studies, my master's degree on hold and concentrating on the certificate 4. Because right now the thought of placement, the thought of the intensive, it's a bit too much for me. You know, still dealing with the fallout of burnout. And just with my anxiety around traveling as well, I just want to be a bit kinder on myself. And I feel that this job and then having to do the skill set or the certificate 4, I feel that that's a way to still work on myself, work on my savings goals, but also recover and spend more time with my family. And I just feel so lucky to be, you know, have given, I can't even talk now, but I just feel so lucky to have this opportunity to make some big changes in my life, really positive changes. But, you know, I also have a tendency to sort of love a job at the start, and then, you know, I think everyone does after time. You see like where things can be improved, and my last job really was my dream job, but working in systems can sometimes be hard. But I've been very careful or really observant about the staff, the existing staff who are there, and people around me, and their attitudes, their workloads and the systems that are in place. So hopefully I can protect myself a little bit from that, from any sort of burnout, vicarious trauma, work anxiety. And what I've come to realize is that the system that I was working in previously was not a healthy system, and it doesn't have to be that way. And you know what? It wasn't always that way. It changed over time, and I wouldn't, it's somewhere that I might consider in the future going back to if the system changes, if there's big overhauls. But I think in general, there's some issues with, the public, government at the moment in general. I don't know, but I've been reading, on youth mental health and things like that. And that space doesn't seem to be really good. There seems to be a lot of, I was reading how there's a lot of resignations and, yeah, poor staff retention, that the system is crumbling. And I mean, we did have that Royal Commission about that, about the mental health system in Victoria. And it wasn't, my understanding, it wasn't very positive. So it's all, sort of wait and see stuff. But I would like to be in a position where if I was to go back, where I could be perhaps a bit more influential over culture, teamwork and those sorts of things. Because there's really, really good staff, really caring and proficient staff working in those spaces, and there's the potential for them to, for those systems to actually work. But anyway, I think all of this is sort of building up to it, maybe, or I don't know. These are all things that I've been thinking about, and also with the master's degree that I'm doing, because I'm doing one subject where basically we need, every week we join in our little groups and we yarn, and the people in my group, they're just so knowledgeable. Like, I've got someone in my group that's been working in health for a long time and at a senior leadership position, and I can't remember how long he said. It was like over 20 years, and he's got just a wealth of experience, and I'm just learning about, the health system through him and how community programs can be implemented and stuff like that. But that's for New South Wales. So he's based in New South Wales. And then there is another person in my group. She's doing a double degree or double master's in mental health and social work, which is so full on. And she comes from South Africa as well. So she's got like just completely different views on things, just from, virtue of her upbringing and where she's worked in the past and her professional development. And it's just, I'm getting a lot from those yarns and from spending time with these people and just learning, and we're learning deep listening, and I feel that everyone knows how to listen deeply, but sometimes we don't think about it. But I'm legitimately just so like interested in their stories, and what they have to say, and I've got a lot to learn from them. So every week I am learning new things, and I'm considering, you know, who am I and my positionality and what role can I play to make things like the world better. Like, I can't save everyone, but how can I have an impact, a positive impact, not a negative impact? And I think, as you know, my children are getting older, and I'm going to be having more capacity to do that, because I was a young mum and I haven't always had the time or the energy to look outside of my family, look outside of what's going on at home. So I think it's also, you know, with getting older. But anyway, I feel like maybe I'm rambling and this is just like totally not interesting to other people, but I guess this is my channel. So I'm back. This is me. What else has been happening? Oh, okay. So I've been busy de-stashing kits. I, you know, obviously haven't been working. I'm still not going to get paid for another 2 weeks. And I've been living off my savings. So it's just funny how, like, when you don't have money coming in, I found myself looking at my kit and my stash, and just being completely overwhelmed, and like realizing I'm never going to get through all of these kits. Never, ever. And there's some kits that I've had there for like 2-3 years that, you know, I've even thought to myself, oh, I will use this, I will kit this up for an event because I don't really care about saving it for myself. Or oh, my glue dot came out. Yeah, like, you know, it doesn't matter if I rush through this one because I'm not that interested in the image anyway. And I think when you're thinking that way, like, well, at least with me, that's how I've been judging whether I'm going to de-stash it or not. And also working on kits with certain colours. Oh, this is coming out. Excuse me, just 1 minute. I'm back. I'm just going to kit up. Sorry, I'm just going to get some of this wax in my pen rather than the glue dot. I think it works a bit better. This is cotton candy scented wax that you can get also on my Etsy shop. All right. What was I saying? Yeah, so there's certain colours that I don't like working on so much, and so a big kit with those colours, specifically a lot of brown and a lot of dark green. I think because Woodland Panorama, my other kit that I'm working on at the moment, that is a lot of those colours. And then I've got the Christopher Lavelle, the Messenger, which I've given to my cousin to do, if she wants to do, because I was just burnt out from the black, white, brown. And I wasn't enjoying working on them. This one's a little bit different. So as you can see, it has a lot of brown, but it's just this section here, and then we get into like a lot of pinks, purples, mauves, blues. So And also because this kit isn't from Diamond Art Club, it feels different to Complete. So the drills feel and look different. And I don't know, that makes a difference to me. So I've been de-stashing recently. I put a post up on the Australian DAC fans group for de-stash the other day, and I haven't had any purchases, but that's okay because I've de-stashed everything that I knew that I would never work on. I am regretting one de-stash, that's it. Otherwise, yeah, I'm really happy about what I've chosen to de-stash. My stash is down under 90 now, which is making me feel happy. But I did buy another diamond painting this morning, so I will do the unboxing. I've got a few packages on the way, so I'll do the unboxings on the video as they come in. And yeah, I did buy that for an event, even though I had plenty of kits in my stash already for the event. I just thought that was perfect. So, and it does have a lot of dark colours in it. It's got a lot of browns and stuff. But anyway, it's from a different company. It's not from Diamond Art Club. So I'm not going to spoil the surprise. I'll show you when it comes in. Yeah, I still have around 30 kits that are from, like, that are non-licensed, and they're from, like, budget companies like Temu, Shein. And then I've got maybe about 10 other ones from, like, Kmart, like smaller ones from Kmart. And then I've got a couple of small ones from Pixel Pages as well. But so I'm not lumping those ones in because they're licensed, you know, but I'm not lumping them in with the unlicensed ones. But obviously they're a lot harder to de-stash. So, well, I don't really feel good about de-stashing those ones. So I've got a bit of a plan for next year, what I'm going to do with that to get my stash down. I want to replace everything, like all of those kits, with licensed kits. And look, I'm happy to have around, I think I was going to try to get down to about 50. And I've got about 50 licensed kits, I would say, a bit over. I think I've got in the 60s of licensed kits at the moment. But yeah, I'm going to try to do like a bit of a challenge for myself next year, because I've got the rest of the year planned out with what kits I'm going to do. So I've got this one coming. I should hopefully have it within the week, the one that I ordered today. 12. And I've got, so I'm going to do that October, November. And then there's the Mary Morales event. So that's an event for Margaret Morales. And I think I'm going to do Dark Lilith maybe for that. I haven't 100% decided. Yeah, I haven't 100% decided, but sometimes I do 2 kits for that event, just depending on how I'm going. But I only want to commit to one. So that's basically the rest of the year done. So it will be this one. I reckon this one will take me maybe 2 weeks. This one that I'm completing now. So I'm going to have probably 3 weeks in September where I can work on another kit. And I might do a Michaelina kit. I'm thinking. I've never done one of her paintings before. I think I'll do another round. But anyway, I was talking about the budget kits, and Kylie, who I think Kylie watches my channel, I know she's commented on some of my videos before, and Kylie's the genius behind Lexi Loo's, who like sell these little cute cover minders, trash pots, and those sorts of things. She gave me a really good idea. I told her I was stealing it, and she was like, "Fine, I stole the idea anyway." So, but doing like 2 rows of a canvas, so she has about 5 or 6 canvases kitted up at any one time, and yeah, does 2 rows and moves to something else. And she's got certain things that she always keeps in her rotation. So I think I might steal that idea next year, but I'm not going to do so. I would get overwhelmed with that many kits. So I will be doing like 1 round, 1 square, maybe. I don't know. That's an idea I'm tossing up. The other idea is, because I can't get through, like I've got so many budget kits and I want to replace them with non-budget kits. And it's a really good time for me to try to start to save some money as well. Something that will keep me busy is getting through the budget kits. And I was thinking, if I did 1 canvas for Mary Morales and try to finish before the end of the year, and I've still got Woodland Panorama, I've still got about half of that, or a little bit under half of that to do. Maybe I'll do that over the next few weeks rather than kit up something else, just to get through that. I think that's what I'll do. Even though that's a square. So yeah, I want to maybe do like from like a little challenge for myself to do all of my budget kits, because a lot of them are really small. They're not going to take long. Like they might take a week at the most, right? So I should get through them really quickly. And if I've got 30 of them, I was thinking that every 5 kits that I do, I allow myself 1 new premium canvas. Or, you know, like a good quality accessory. So, and see how long I have a habit of really underestimating like how long kits will take me though. So, you know, if I did that over 5 or 6 months, sort of, at the start of the year, I don't really do events at the start of the year anyway. So yeah, it would give me time to do that, and then I'll get through them. All right, now I want to do this plus sign. Where's the plus sign? I don't know. I would love to hear what your thoughts are on my 2 my 2 systems that I'm thinking about adopting. I keep missing things on here. This is why it takes me long to do like non-Diamond Art Club kits, because I mean, this canvas isn't too bad, but like the symbols all blending into one, it's not as bad. It's not that bad. At least there's a grid line that's helping. And I have to say, I'm really enjoying this drill field so far. It definitely, I've done a Fallon Gems kit before, and I had issues with the drill field, but on reflection, it could have actually just been my placement. So, yeah. And I bought them at the same time, so it probably was my placement. So I wasn't sure really what to expect with this. But it's not too, it's perfect. It's really not too tight. It's not too loose. So I'm really pleasantly surprised with this so far. And the drills are so sparkly. I'm enjoying it so far, even though it's the colours that I don't like so much. But I know this one's this is like a little bit different. So this is one that I bought a couple of years ago, and my tastes have changed a lot in a couple of years. I was very new to diamond painting then, and yeah, and Fallon Gems reached out to me for promotion for this one, so I still paid for it, like out of my pocket, but I did get a good discount on this one. So now, what else did I have? Oh, what have I been watching? Well, I haven't really been watching much. I've watched a couple of movies. So I've watched Bone Temple. So that's in the 28 Days Later series. I actually rewatched the whole, like, all of those movies. Because I hadn't seen 28 Days Later since, like, it came out, basically. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. It still holds up, and the Bone Temple. So I watched the one before Bone Temple. I forget what that's called. The other one with Ralph Fiennes in it, and yeah, then this latest one, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed both. I thought it was really creepy. Be warned, it is very, very violent and gory if you're going to watch it. But yeah, it's really quite a good story. Very entertaining. And then, like, with my kids, I've just been watching like funny movies, like old funny movies with them, because that's what they wanted to watch. So we've watched Bowfinger, which is still hilarious. That still holds up. It's so funny. And what else? We watched Hot Rod, which didn't hold up as much. But maybe if it was the first time you'd ever seen it and you weren't expecting things, it would be funnier. I remember the first time I saw it, it was like the funniest thing I'd ever seen. Then we've watched some like old Adam Sandler movies as well. Coming up to spooky season, we can watch Hubie Halloween. Everyone thinks that's a terrible movie. I know it's a terrible movie, but I still really like it. Got a soft spot for that movie. I just think it's so silly and funny. Yeah, so I really haven't been watching much. I haven't been watching any TV series, which is making me sad because I want to watch something. I tried Buffy again, and then I just like was getting bored of Buffy, and then tried the X-Files. I got rid of all of like my subscriptions to everything because I just didn't want to be paying extra money, especially when I wasn't really using them. But we did end up getting Disney Plus back. So yeah, anything that's sort of on Disney Plus I can watch at the moment. Frank and I did watch The Lion King as well. We rewatched that, which is like my favourite Disney movie. And he asked to watch it, and I wasn't going to say no. So we watched Lion King 1 and 2 last week. We've been watching that on the school nights, and it sort of takes us, like, after we finish everything, it sort of takes us 2 nights to watch. We've got to watch the movie over 2 nights because we don't have enough time to sit down after everything's done for the night. And I've been I've been listening to the Prosecutors podcast. That's like my favourite podcast, or one of my favourite podcasts. And they're currently covering the Lindsay Clancy trial. I'm not caught up on that yet. So I've read, the opinions around it that's going on around it, but I don't have an opinion myself. I just don't actually, I know what she's done, and like I know what the case is about, but I'm just catching up. Like with, you know, the trial. So, and all the information and evidence is coming out in the trial. So I'm up to about part 5 of that, because I haven't had anything to watch and I've been listening to it. But then, like, when I listen to it, I fall asleep. So I've decided to just subscribe on Patreon to the Prosecutors Podcast to watch their video coverage of it. I mean, it's just them talking, but it's a video, and I've decided to do that. So I started that last night, which is like, I don't know, something about it. I just take more in when I'm watching something. I don't know why. So I've done that. What else? Oh, I've been making resin. I had a little bit of a break from making resin because it was so cold, and also I was busy with like this work stuff, and I was really neglecting myself. I'll be honest, like neglecting my hobbies. But I wanted to show you some stuff I've made. So I've got new stuff in my shop. So I've got this new mold, which is really cute. These trash pots. So I've got this purple one. Sale. And this is my favorite one. I'm going to be making more. I'm sponsoring a DP along. So I'm going to be making more of these because it's a horror movie themed DP along. It's just like with a group of friends, basically. So I don't know about promoting it. But anyway, got this one. It's, I don't know if you can see, it's like so cool. It's like a blood stain. Hang on, if I put this like this, it's like blood stain or blood splatter. Trash pot. I want to make a tray to match that, so I might do that later today. And I've got these cover minders that I've made, and this one here. I haven't put this up for sale because it's a big chunky one. I might keep this for myself. I don't know yet. And I've made some themed trays. So this one here is for Undead Witch. And this one here is the other Aria illustration inspired one. I think it's called Halloween Night. I don't have this painting, but I know it's a very popular one. So I decided to make a tray with that as well. So they're for sale on my Etsy shop. I will link in a link down below in the description. And I've had lots of happy mail as well. So I've had some stuff sent to me. I did get an order which I didn't unbox on the channel because I wasn't really filming at that time. I got another order from Lexi Loo's, and I'll show you what I've got in just a second. Alright, so what did I get? I got my order. It was such a fun order. Sorry for the shaking. I actually have all of my cover minders stuck to my tripod. Okay, so I got Halloween order. That I feel like I got one more thing in that. Can't remember. Maybe I didn't get anything else in that order. But yeah, I love this. This is my favorite. But look at this. And it like actually comes out. It's a tiny little planchette. Yeah, I got that. And then, sorry, I'm wobbling you again. And then I won a prize pack from Lexi Loo's as well. So I won this in a prize pack from the Gods and Goddesses event that I was doing. That's now finished. Oh, yeah, I can't find my little magnet there. And what else came in the prize pack? This one too came in the prize pack. Little elephant. And what else did I win? I've got a parcel here. I'll have a look. I haven't unpacked everything in here because I wanted to wait till I actually filmed. Oh, and I want a Gary prize pack as well. So Gary is a friend of the event and he 3D prints stuff. So I won this little trash pot. This one doesn't come with a magnet though. Oh, actually no, it did come with a magnet and my son broke the magnet off. So I'll need to glue another magnet on there. Gary also made this tray, silver tray. So this one is for, I'm going to use this one for Mothman because I think it matches Mothman. And I got some of these little tupper things. So they go in the bottles and then like they're like little tiny trays that go in bottle tops. So that's really cool. But I haven't used any of those things yet. They've just sort of come the last couple of weeks. So that's all the exciting stuff that's been coming. But I do have more stuff coming as well. Like I have done some more orders. So I'm going to have some more unboxings coming up, which will be really cool. And what else? That's about it. It's been my last month or so. But yeah, going forward, because I'm now back at work, I'm going to try to get into this routine where I film every Thursday. So this will probably come out on Thursday night, my WIP Chat. I'm going to try to hold myself to this, okay, guys? WIP Chat on Thursday night, and then I'd like something maybe over the weekend and then something early week. So if I was to do 3, I think if I get myself into a routine, because I can generally film something over the weekend as well, or I could just do all my filming on Thursday if I don't have anything on a Thursday. But yeah, I think that's what I'm going to try to do. If you've stayed this far, thank you for joining me. I really, really appreciate it. And, you know, thank you for coming back and watching me after such a long break. I can't explain how much I appreciate it. I will see you all in the next video, hopefully next week. But before then, doing some, I want to show you what I finished over the last month. So I want to do a little bit of a post review in the meantime. All right, well, take care all, and I'll see you next time. Bye.